We have other big news out of Washington tonight. Rex Tillerson, he is out as Secretary of State. President Trump now nominating current CIA Director Mike Pompeo to replace Tillerson. And the president has picked Gina Haspel, who is a seasoned spy master with a track record of being tough on terror and terrorists, to replace Pompeo. Now, Haspel would become the first female director in CIA history if, in fact, she is confirmed. However, tonight there's talk on Capitol Hill that Democrats may fight Haspel's historic nomination due to her past involvement running overseas black sites that were set up following the 9/11 terrorist attacks that killed 3,000 Americans. Joining us now with more, Fox News Chief National Correspondent Ed Henry. By the way, Ed will be filling in for our own Shannon Bream tonight at 11 Eastern. Also with us, Fox News National Security Strategist, former Deputy Assistant to the President, Dr. Sebastian Gorka. You know, Ed, the amazing thing about this, 3,000 Americans were killed here. 3,000. If you go to Gitmo, there were 3 people total that were ever waterboarded, in spite of all the debate we had in the country. 3. One of them was Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, which, because of that action, yeah, it's definitely tough, it led to the Courier, and that led to bin Laden, and that led to killing bin Laden, without which he would probably still be alive today. We can't have evil exist in this world without doing something to counter it. And if it means that terrorists caught on a battlefield are forced to answer questions, well, sadly, that's what you have to do because you're dealing with evil.
And so Gina Haspel was at the center of that. During the Bush administration, she spent time in Turkey, Central Asia. She was running the New York office for the CIA and was a liaison to the FBI in the Obama years when Osama bin Laden, as you mentioned, was killed. So this was someone who, yes, she was involved in the black sites, the so-called black sites, where you had enhanced interrogation techniques. Critics call it torture. You're right. There's already been a debate, and we can expect there will be an even bigger debate in the days ahead. You have Democrats like Chuck Schumer, Dianne Feinstein already saying they'll use these confirmation hearings to ask sharp questions about the behavior post 9/11. But by the way, there'll be some Republicans like John McCain already out with tough comments tonight saying she was involved in torture. They're going to give her a tough ride in the confirmation. But here's the bottom line. This is something I've talked to people in the White House about tonight, and they say they're spoiling for this fight. If Democrats and some Republicans in the Senate want to try to block President Trump from nominating the first female to run the CIA, all because she was too tough on terrorists. Wow. That is a fight they will have in a midterm election year.
Good luck taking that position, but I guarantee you by the time all is said and done, they'll back off that. I've known Mike Pompeo, Dr. Gorka, for a lot of years. I like him. He has a tough job. He did a good job as the CIA director. He had a lot of mess to clean up. I'm not sure how far he's gotten in all of that. And the thing that I like about Pompeo is you're always able to have a conversation with him, and he would listen, whether you agree or disagree. And I found him, you know, in the case of Rex Tillerson, I never talked to the guy once. He seemed never to be available for the media, and he was at odds, especially on the Iranian policy of the president. I mean, President Trump never wanted to extend that Iranian deal once, but he was fighting within his own, you know, just his own, in this particular case, State Department.
Absolutely. I have the same opinion of Mike Pompeo as well. Not only is he loyal to the president, not only does he believe in the Make America Great Again agenda, he will go down fighting to clean the swamp. He's done some, very quietly, he's done some amazing things at CIA. And I can think of no better person to clean the real swamp that is Foggy Bottom and the State Department. Not only does he listen to other people, in my personal experience, Mike also reaches out for good counsel from people who are outside the swamp. So Rex failed at the State Department. He isolated the political appointees from the front office. He didn't return calls from our ambassadors. It was time for him to go, and I can think of very few people who will be as great in Foggy Bottom as Mike Pompeo, Sean.
What is his reputation on Capitol Hill, Ed Henry?
Very strong. He was a Tea Party Republican, so initially came in and was seen as more of a conservative, but reached across the aisle a bit. First in his class at West Point, certainly won the respect of Democrats on the Hill with his prowess on national security, and somebody that a lot of people raise their eyebrows. Is this Tea Party guy going to be able to run the bureaucracy at the CIA? by all accounts, we haven't heard maybe a single Democrat really raise questions about that. I think the bigger question is he going to be too close to the president compared to Tillerson and be more of a yes man? That's going to be an issue for him because Tillerson, as you say, was at odds on all of these things. Will he be agreeing too much?
One last question for Dr. Gorka. You know, you look at the House Intel report, no evidence 14 months in of Trump-Russia collusion, and they want to keep going and going and going. And then you got a special counsel it appears nothing is related to Trump-Russia collusion that he's even investigating.
Yeah, let's just focus on two things here. Number one, Mike Pompeo will never be a yes man. That's not a criticism we have to worry about. And secondly, they're just insane, Sean. Listen to what the news, I did an interview earlier today where they're talking about Rex Tillerson was fired because he said something negative about Putin yesterday. I was told by a cabinet member, Sean, in December that the plan is to have Mike Pompeo replace Rex Tillerson at the State Department. That's 3 months ago. That's reality.
Everybody's been hearing the rumors. Well said. All right, guys, good to see you.